For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Pharaohs' lives. The pharaoh held a unique position in the lives of the Egyptians. This term cannot simply be translated as king or emperor. He was both the supreme ruler and the chief priest. He embodied a deity on earth and continued to be divine after death. Hence, the Egyptians treated him as a god. His name was never spoken lightly. In fact, the word pharaoh itself comes from the Egyptian terms per-as, great house, an allegorical way of referring to him without saying his name directly. According to Egyptian belief, the first pharaoh was the god Ra himself. He was succeeded by other gods, followed by Horus, the son of Osiris and Isis. Horus was regarded as the archetype of all Egyptian pharaohs, and they considered themselves his earthly incarnation. Every pharaoh was believed to descend from both Ra and Horus. A pharaoh's full name consisted of 5 parts, his so-called titulary. The first part was his name as the embodiment of Horus. The second part honored the goddesses of Upper and Lower Egypt, Nekhbet, the vulture, and Wadjet, the cobra. The third part identified him as the golden Horus. The fourth part was his personal or throne name, such as Thutmose III's birth name, Men-Keper-Re. The fifth part, essentially a patronymic, began with Son of Ra and followed with a second divine epithet, like Thutmose Nefer-Keper. This final part was usually used as his official name. Pharaohs were believed to be born of a queen and a god. Royal lineage was traced through the mother. Some queens, like Hatshepsut, ruled as pharaohs themselves. Hatshepsut even wore a ceremonial beard to reinforce her divine status. In temples throughout Egypt, the living pharaoh was worshipped as a god with prayers for his health and the nation's welfare. He, in turn, offered prayers to the gods. Thus, in the eyes of the Egyptians, the pharaoh was a divine human. It was believed he had a sacred covenant with the gods. They granted him longevity, personal welfare, and prosperity for his realm, while he ensured their worship, building temples and performing religious rites. As a mortal, only he could communicate with the gods. Routinely, the pharaoh participated in the start of agricultural rituals, symbolically launching the Nile's flood, plowing fields, cutting the first sheaf at harvest festivals, and offering thanks to Renenutet, goddess of the harvest. Succession battles for the throne of Upper and Lower Egypt were ongoing affairs, with priests often at the center, sometimes even founding new dynasties or controlling pharaohs as puppets. It was crucial to keep these struggles confined to the elite. Any broader unrest could threaten unity and encourage separatism. The pharaoh also appointed provincial rulers, nomarchs, top officials, and the high priest of Amun. He commanded the army in wartime, brought back exotic trees and shrubs from distant campaigns, and personally oversaw irrigation systems and canal construction. Victorious generals and officials were rewarded with honors at lavish court celebrations reserved for the elite. Coronations followed strict ritual. For example, Pharaoh Ramesses III was crowned during a festival honoring Min, god of fertility and the desert. He led a grand procession carried aloft by royal sons and high-ranking officials, followed by the queen and a white bull bearing the sun disk between its horns, symbolizing divinity. Hymns were sung, and priests carried statues of previous pharaohs, except for Akhenaten, the heretic who rejected Egypt's traditional gods. Pharaohs like Ramesses II, one of Egypt's greatest rulers, had multiple wives. He had one official, great royal wife, and other consorts, fathering 162 children over his 67-year reign. Though Akhenaten, who ruled before him, had just one wife. Preparations for eternity consumed much of a pharaoh's concern. Even a modest pyramid required rare stone, granite or alabaster, available only at Giza and Saqqara. Later pharaohs had their tombs carved into rock at Thebes, connected by tunnels. The sarcophagus was central to the burial ceremony, and the pharaoh personally oversaw its crafting. Tombs were filled with incredible riches. Tutankhamun's undisturbed tomb, though of a minor king, is still astonishing for its opulence, demonstrating the Egyptians' belief in an afterlife of grandeur.